like rooftop in SketchUp software. Now today we will talk about that how we can create a project in PVC software and how to get the final report, generation report, right? So first of all, we need to know that what is the purpose of this PVC software, why it's required. So PVC is a software to get you understand that how much energy you can get from a specific solar plant along with a specific inverter and specific module. Now, why is it required? Like, why we need the generation? Because for any kind of resources, what we are using, like when you have the thermal power station, so in thermal power station on daily basis, we generally calculate that how much coal availability is there and how much energy you can get it from that specific day according to the coal availability. But in case of solar energy, we can't assume that because solar, as we all know, that solar is a renewable source of energy. So when we talk about a renewable source of energy, so it always depends on the weather. Like as the solar energy is dependent on the weather, how the solar irradiance is coming, how the clouds are there, and what is the temperature. So there are weather factors related to it. So that is why to know the generation, we have to like calculate it according to the solar radiation and as well as the temperature, all the weather data. So in this PVC software, I am going to like create a new project and import those weather related data, or we can say meteorological data, right? So here I am just going to start it. Just a minute. Okay, so here in this case, sorry. So can you see my screen? So this is a software called PVSys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the software where we need to like draw or like we need to design our system, and we need to choose all the kind of parameters related to solar plant, right? So first of all, there are different types of system is available: grid connected, standalone, pumping, and these are the database like what you can see here. So here, in this case, these are the like this is the main part what we are going to talk about here, and this is for the standalone. That means off-grid system where the battery is there, and pumping is for the like irrigation system. Like for the farmers, they are nowadays people are using groundwater for their farming, right? So pumping is for that purpose. Now these are the database tools and measure data. These are like advanced stage details is there. So we need to go for the first of all grid connected system. Now in this grid connected tab, you will get a kind of window, and here it's basically the location what we're need to import here. Now, first of all, in this software, we are going to import a specific site according to the latitude and longitude. And as per that specific site, this software will take the weather data from the database, right? Weather data means the meteorological data where solar radiation, temperature, wind speed, humidity, these details will be there, right now, right? Okay, now in this software, I'm going to just create a new site. So to create that, first of all, we need to just focus on that which site we have considered during the SketchUp. According to that, we will design it here. Is it here? Just a minute. So this is our last session SketchUp file where we draw the specific building and place the modules in such a way, right? So now here what we can do, we can just take this data what is the location we have considered here. I need to just know that. To know the location from any SketchUp file, you can go to here, geolocation tab. So here you will find the latitude and longitude here. So let me just go to the, here it's mentioned. So we are coming to the Google Maps part. Now here, just click anywhere. You will get any kind of lat long. Just paste it there. Now just change it accordingly as per the value available in SketchUp. 28.628634. 28.628634. 77.07 3888. Now just search it. So when you search it, you will find the specific location where we or which we are talking about. Now I'm just considering this location. Control C, and now come to the PVCs part. Now here we are going to create a new project. So I am clicking in this new option, and now you can just place your project name. So what is your project? Let's say I'm just giving a name of solar design. Now go to the Meteor file. So in the Meteor file, there is a tab, small tab, and go to the geographical sites. When you go to the geographical sites, you have to create a new site, right? So to create a new site, here you can see new option, this one. So click on it. So when you click on it, it will give you a window like this, geographical site parameters, new site. Now place that latitude and longitude here. Control C and just paste it there in the locality and search it. So when you search it, you will find the location, and here it will automatically select all the kind of stuffs: locality, country, lat long, altitude, time zone. Everything will be chosen by the software. Now accept and select it. Now there will you will find the site name, country, region, all the stuffs. Now here there are few things which is called the meteo data import. So what does it mean? It's basically the kind of database what you are using to import that meteorological data. Now these are the database. That means for solar radiation, temperature, weather related, all kind of data can be like there with these like databases. So these are the database or the what I can say like the temperature details, solar isolation details. These are the different kind of organization or format who are like preparing this. Now as per the like accuracy and data availability, Meteronom is the best option. So try to use the Meteronom. Now click on import. When you click on import, it will take time and gather the data from the database of solar radiation and all the like you can see this is the basic data. Now this is the horizontal, diffuse, temperature, wind velocity, link turbidity, relative humidity. So these details are there. Now come to the irradiance part. Sorry. Uh, Now here you can see in the irradiation units there are lots of like options is available. Kilowatt hour per meter square per day, megajoule per meter square per day, different kind of units available. But generally when we like check the solar radiation through any pyranometer or solar irradiance meter, so generally we take the data as kilowatt hour per meter square per day. So here you have to choose the irradiance units in kilowatt hour per meter square per day option. Now click on OK and save it. जब भी आपने save like when you have save it, the geographical site file will be like save in your database. Click on OK, and now it will create a synthetic hourly file. That means these details, as you can see, these details are monthly basis. Now software will automatically distributed that monthly like values in hourly values. So you should click on save yes. So the project has been saved. Now close it. Back to the project area. So now when you create your project like Meteor file, so you will ready to go with the system design. That means you have imported the Meteor file, right? Now you can click on save project. So the project has been saved right now. Now you have to put the orientations first. So in case of orientations, there are different kind of fields. Now first of all, fixed tilt plane. वो क्या mean कर रहा है? So it's basically the kind of structure which is not moving. That means there is no movement in the structure which is set to the roof or ground as a like rigid body. Then there is no movement. But if you talk about a tracker system, then in that case there is a movement of the tracker. So that is also there in the field type. But here we are going to talk about the only fixed tilt plane. Now in this fixed tilt plane, the tilt angle and there are lots of parameters you need to consider, but you should consider a tilt angle so that your loss with respect to optimum value becomes zero and global on collector plane, this one become maximum. The global all on collector plane is very, very important, because how much irradiation is coming to your module and how much you are getting, that will be tell you the final efficiency of your solar plant, right? Now, plane tilt. Plane tilt means how much angle we have considered in this case. So we have to just check it once. So I am using the protector here. So 23 degree. So I have given here as 23-degree angle. So I am going to just below it down. So now you can see up to 29, 2002, 30, 2003, 31, there is no change. 32, there is a change. So basically here what we can say, 29 degree is the optimum tilt angle. So optimum tilt angle means according to the location by which tilt angle you are getting the maximum generation, right? So that is how we can get the plane tilt. Now plane tilt here in this case we have 23 degree, and azimuth in this case is 0 degree. So in this, now we have done with the plane tilt and azimuth. Now click on OK. So when you click on OK, you can see this software will allows you to design step by step. So first of all, when you just completed the orientation, it will automatically come get back to the system part, and then again detail losses and go on. So now in this case of detail losses, you can see, sorry, the detail losses in this case of system design, sorry, system, under the system you have to design number of modules and inverter. Now in this case what we know that, right click on it, entity info. So how much module is there, to understand what we can do, like there are lots of modules are there, so what we can do, but here one thing remember, this all modules are almost same. So there is no such kind of that collision like the normal module. And right click on it, entity info. So here you can see the number of modules in group is 32. So 32 modules which we have, and let's say consider a 4, like if you can consider anything, any kind of module, but I am considering it as 32 into uh, 330 or 400 watt peak module. So it becomes 12.8 kilowatt, right? So 12.8 kilowatt. So now come to the PV system and just mentioned here, enter the plant power as 12.86. Right now, Trina Solar, I'm coming to that specific 400 watt peak module. So here in this case, yeah, I'm getting it as 400 watt peak, and ABV inverter or delta, we need to think on it. But yeah, let's say consider ABV. Now here you can see we have chosen a module, specific module and a specific inverter. Now why is it so? Because when we like design a PV plant, there are lots of like variety of products is available, like for solar module, solar inverter, these are the main priority, solar structure, So this is a different part, but always when we are designing anything, the main product of that specific project will become more necessary. Right now we need to consider a specific product which is having the best efficiency and which is suitable for my project as per the pricing and all the stuffs. So now in that case what we can do is like we have to combine, create some combination with different modules with different inverters. So how much generation is coming for this particular area or particular locality? So it totally depends on that. How is your requirement and what is the availability of different brand module, because always brand module and that capacity what we are asking for, it's not always not be there. So that is why it's important. Now here for 10 kilowatt inverter we can use a 12 kilowatt system. Now how to do that? It's basically depends on that DC AC overloading, or we can say overloading. So what does this overloading means? Overloading means when you are using a normal PV plant having a 10 kilowatt system and 10 kilowatt like side. But in that case, what will happen? As we already discussed previously, that solar module never generate on its full power, right? 330 watt peak or 400 watt peak module max to max 300 watt peak power generate कर सकता है. So this is a very big gap, because always the condition, the environment, the weather is not the same what it's required to generate a module its higher rating. So here what you are like just seeing this 400 watt peak, actually ये generate करेगा nearby 300 और 320 इसके करीब, इससे कम भी हो सकता है, right? So now the point is, so what we can do to like nullify this kind of problems? So what we can do is we can install a PV plant according to my inverter capacity. Means, let's say I had a 10 kilowatt system, right? 10 kilowatt inverter. Now, when I am using a 10 kilowatt PV on its input, but that 10 kilowatt will never be generated up to 10 kilowatt, because a 400 watt peak module never generate 400 watt peak. It's a theoretical value. So that is a very big point. We need to understand that. Like when we talk about a specific solar plant capacity, we are talking about the DC capacity. It can be higher than the AC inverter capacity because of that like loss due to weather in the solar module, right? So it's very important. Now yeah, in this case what I have done, I have chosen the inverter and module, and here there is a, this is called the error box. Now here, if your error is green or kind of blue, in that case you can go with it, you can run the report. But if it becomes red, then you can't do anything, you have to create it new, right? So यहाँ पे now here you can see the array maximum power is greater than the specified inverter maximum allowed input PV power. That means 10 kilowatt. So it's definitely increased to 10 kilowatt above. So that is why we have to just change the module in series. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's coming to that 16 only. Now before going to decide the string, one thing we need to do, always remember I just forgot to tell you that when you have just created the project, go to the project setting once. Why? Because here you have to mention the temperature. As per that temperature, the strings will be connected or string will be calculated, because without temperature we can't say anything, right? So it's very important. So that is why lower temperature for absolute voltage limit. That means the what is the lower temperature where you are just been through. What is the lowest temperature? So it's in Delhi. So let's see 5 degree. I'm just considering it. And here few things are there. You can just check it out. Now click on. Okay. Now when you have done with the project settings, again click on save. Now come to the system part. Here you can see 10 kilowatt system, 400 watt peak, but still it's showing 16 number of modules. So you can't get like 18 or 20. So that is why 16 into 2. So 32 modules, and this is called the P-norm ratio and overload loss. P-norm ratio, what does it mean? Anyone knows? किसी को पता नहीं है? P-norm रेशियो होता है जो आप लोगों को मैंने बताया, डीसी साइड एंड एसी साइड। मतलब डीसी पे आपने जितना कैपेसिटी लगाया, एसी पे उससे कम लगाओ, क्योंकि अगर आपका डीसी पे आप ज्यादा लगा के रखते हो तो उसके चलते आपको एज सच मतलब आपको फाइनल आउटपुट में बहुत ज्यादा कुछ ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि एक 12 किलोवाट, जैसे यहाँ पे हम 12.89 किलोवाट कर रहे हैं, तो 12.9 किलोवाट मैक्स टू मैक्स आपको 10 किलोवाट तक का ही जनरेशन दे सकता है। तो अगर मैं वहां पे 12 किलोवाट के साथ 12 किलोवाट का ही सोलर इन्वर्टर लगाता हूँ तो वो एक्चुअली मेरा लॉस है, ठीक है, वो गलत है। उससे अच्छा है आप थोड़ा सा कम रेंज का प्राइस, लाइक when you just take the pricing, and then you can just easily benefited with the inverter prices, because when you are considering a 12 kilowatt inverter, so definitely you have to increase the inverter price. But when you are just come to the 10 kilowatt, then it is very easy, right? Now when you are done with this designing part, so what you need to do, you need to just consider your module and inverter, and now here in the series and parallel number, they will suggest you automatically. The software will suggest you automatically what would be the string. So I generally consider here 16 into 2, right? Now click on OK. So the system part is over. Now the detail losses. So detail losses, in this case, there are lots of things. So first of all, the thermal parameters. Thermal parameters is like always important, because due to the temperature rise, due to the kind of humidity which is going through, we are, so these kind of matter point matter like important. Now default value according to monitoring, according to mounting, pre-mounted modules with air circulation. Matlab, it means that if you are just putting a module on the rooftop and there is no kind of what I can say, like there is no heating element on the rooftop. Heating element in the sense like AC exhaust, or any central AC exhaust, or any kind of exhaust which is like nearby the roof. So you can't place the modules nearby, right? Because if you push it nearby, there is a chance of shock. So in this case, what we can see that there is a tilt angle. So what we will do, you have to, sorry, you can see there is a gap and there is no kind of AC ventilators like kind of this. So what I am giving here, pre-mounted modules with air circulation. That means there is a no kind of bindation of air. Air can be like flow nearby the module, right? Ohmic losses. Ohmic losses, it depends on the voltage drop, loss fraction, and circuit ohmic losses. Let's say, man, like we generally consider 2%. Now, so here I am giving a like so I have given this portion. It's called the AC loss. So DC loss, AC loss means in the DC side, when the solar module generates the power, when it's transferred to any any connection point, any junction point. So in that case, you need to always kind of different tools, and we have to maintain the loss fraction at HTC with 1.5%, which is mentioned in this one, 1.5%. This is the DC loss, and this voltage drop loss is generally caused due to the this voltage drop across series diode. This is basically the bypass diode, which is connected with the solar cells to protect any kind of overcharge to the module or any shadow to the come to the module. If any shadow come to the module, it will protect the module, right? So here AC circuit is there. Then this is the AC circuit. Now module quality and LID and mismatch losses. Here few things will be like here all the things which you can see. You need to just clicking on the default. You need to just click on the default, right? Now soiling loss. So soiling loss is very much important, but you have to remember that how frequently you will be able to clean it, right? Like according to that we can decide that what would be the soiling loss factor, because if you are not cleaning the modules in a regular basis, then in that case what will happen, in that case you kind of just consider you have to consider the loss factor as a higher percentage. Now default value is 3%, but here I am considering it as 2%. Default value 3% in such a condition nahi karna chahiye, right? So now IAM losses. IAM loss, what does it mean? So it basically when you when there is a glass layer. Now when the sun falls on that specific glass, so there is a some kind of refraction on the sun rays. Now that glass is reducing some amount of solar radiation. So that is why it's called the incident angle modifier. So that you have to place your module or you have to place your cell. So this thing can increase, right? This is called the IAM losses. Auxiliary, it's not necessary. Auxiliary consumption is basically that how much, what do you say? Auxiliary means that when you are just running a big plant, like megawatt scale plant, so in that case, you have to consider the auxiliary energy loss. Now, aging. So in this case of aging, here you can consider the aging, but you cannot. Otherwise, just say in this case, what I am doing, I am just considering it as uses in simulation. But simulation for year number 1, I am not going to simulation for year number 10. Okay. So here you need to consider the similar for 1, year number 1, and all other thing will be remain same. Now unavailability, so you can just consider the default percent, and so unavailability done. Spectral correction is basically due to that different kind of solar technology, there are some kind of spectral losses can be happen. So these losses can be important. So that is why you can consider the spectral correction in simulation. Click on OK. Now this self consumption and storage, this is not required for us because we are designing here a on grid system, so it's not necessary here. And horizon and near setting, these tools are very important. uh, you can just check out my YouTube video, it's there, but I can't explain it here. But just understand, for your understand, this near setting is a kind of drawing platform where you can draw your object and what are the stuffs you want to do the shadow analysis also from this specific software. Now, what is the meaning of energy management? So now energy management is very important part where you have to consider all kind of temperature factor, power factor, grid power limitation, P50, P90 estimation. So these things will be there. So I am just here not doing anything. Just want to know the P75. Now climate change 0.5%. Annual variability. So these things will be there. Just on the report, make it as instead of 95, click on 75. Now click on OK. Now you can easily run the simulation. Just click on run. So the simulation will run and give you a specific generation throughout the year. This is the report. So this is loss diagram and this is the specific report. You can see first year operation. That means we have run the during the aging. We have chosen the first year. So that is why first year operation. And then tilt angle, azimuth angle, all the kind of stuffs what you have considered that will be shown in the report. And final thing what we need to check, this one. What is your specific production? What is your performance ratio? So what does it mean? It means that like if we install a 12.8 kilowatt plant, then this much of units I can get it from this specific plant for this specific PV plant capacity. So if you just want to calculate it, you can see kilowatt hour per kilowatt peak per year. Kilowatt hour means 1712 into 1000. This is the like overall generation, and divided by so here pnom total is 12.80. So I am just dividing it with 12.80. 1712 into 1000 divided by 12.80. Oh, sorry. I've just done a mistake here. Actually, you need to just divided your produced energy with the pnom total. So what is your produced energy? 21.92 megawatt hour. So multiplied it with the 1000. So this one megawatt hour divided by 12.80. So now you can see 1712.5, which is mentioned in. So meaning that if you are installing your this kind of plant, so per kilowatt peak, in a per kilowatt peak capacity, you will get this production, right? And this is the performance ratio. It defines that how much inputs you are getting from the solar and how much output you are finally like feeding to your panel or your connected loads. This is the chart. Just try to understand it through the below description which is mentioned here. And this is called the loss diagram. Okay, so that's all from PVSys part. In such a way you can create a PVSys, right? But if you want to like want more, or if anyone having doubt, you can ask right now. Anyone having any question right now, please ask. Those who want to know more about PVCist and kind of software, you can follow my channel. I already shared the link that day. You can also follow my channel. PVCist and SketchUp training also there, and online training is going on. Who are interested, please connect with me. No issue. Anyone having any questions, please ask. So no one having any question? You can type it on chat as well. Okay, so I think we have sum up with the basic part. This is the report, and you can just save it from this tab. You can save it anywhere you want, right? So when we talk about the solar plant designing, so always remember that first of all we need to draw that specific project or rooftop in SketchUp and place the solar module there. According to the placement of solar module, we know the PV plant capacity. Now, as per that capacity, we can go to the PVC software. Now, here in this PVC software, we can like use different kind of module or different kind of structure, different kind of inverter, right? So this option is available. As you can see here, we have considered for this particular first attempt, we can consider Trina Solar 400 watt peak. Now you don't want it, you can consider other softwares as well, like if I want to consider Vikram Solar. Now let's say I want to consider 380. So you can see automatically it's changed, and now you can also get the generation with the Vikram. So now why this kind of option is required? Because every solar product, every inverter module having different kind of prices and also different kind of quality and services as well. So when we are designing any project, so we need to always consider it in a theoretical, not in a theoretical manner, but in a practical manner. Because when you are just installing a plant or installing a product, it can be anything, but always we have to remember that the services are very important. If you won't be able to give the services, then it's very tough. So first of all, to choose any kind of product, I always recommend you guys to go with their services, like how they are giving their services, what is the review. So these things are related to solar PV plant. So anyone if having questions, you can ask me. Otherwise we are going to just stop it here, because it's the basic part, and those who want to learn in a larger manner, you can. So if anyone having questions, please ask. So no one having questions. Now I am going to just stop this meeting here. If anyone want to know more about solar energy or any technical points about solar energy, you can easily connect with me. Contact details is there, and also you can watch my YouTube channel as well. Right. So thank you everyone for attending this session during this time period, and we will definitely meet you soon in a different webinar and different kind of presentations. Thank you everyone.